I'm calling off my wedding because my fiancé is insisting that we split all our bills 50-50 when he makes around 4 times what I do, and now he's convinced I am a money-hungry leech and refuses to hear my side of the story. I, 28M, and my fiancé, 30M, have both been dating for around 2 years. Coming from a culture that didn't approve of same-gender unions, I never envisioned myself marrying and starting a family, so I was ecstatic when my fiancé proposed to me a few months ago. However, post his proposal, our relationship dynamics changed quickly in a lot of aspects, one such aspect being finances. Previously, we would both pay alternatively on dates, etc. There would be days when he would pay and spoil me, and there would be days where I would pay and treat him. This was never something that we talked about, but we were both comfortable with this arrangement and it never caused any issues. However, after the proposal, we started talking about buying a house, moving in together and starting a family. During this conversation, he made it clear that he wants all finances going into the joint account to be split evenly. Now this would ordinarily not be a point of concern for me, if it weren't for the fact that our pay grades varied significantly. I am not comfortable sharing our real salaries, so I'm going to give hypothetical numbers to explain the situation. For example, let's say I make around $5,000 a month but he makes $20,000, that's quite a significant difference of pay grades. With the 50-50 proposal he made, if I were to contribute $2,000 a month, for example, to our joint account, that's 40% of my income. Whereas for him, the $2,000 is just 10% of his income. I told him that this is not fair, and will put a burden on my personal income and savings. It's not an equal division if the amount is the same for both of us, as I will clearly be losing a bigger chunk of my salary. I told him that for it to be equitable, either I too should be allowed to contribute 10% of my salary or he should also contribute 40% of his salary. He said that this is crazy, that I am being unfair, unreasonable and weird by trying to make him pay more into our joint account. We tried speaking over it multiple times, but it always ended up in an argument. His friends and family too went nuts when they got to know of this. They called me many things, including a gold digger, and accused me of trying to freeload off of him. I am aware that our pay grades and lifestyles are different, but it was never really a problem up until now and we loved each other regardless. But now I am starting to feel like his friends and family who are all well off has always looked down on me and it's all coming out now. My fiancé has not budged either, and in every conversation we try to have he has made it clear he reflects the sentiments of his friends and family, and believes I am trying to get away with contributing less to our lives together to live off of him. These accusations and endless arguments have been extremely hurtful to me, so I ultimately decided to call off our wedding, as I don't intend to live with someone who looks down on me and buys into the narrative of his closed ones when they called me a literal leech. I don't really think I was being unreasonable when I said that dividing by a certain percentage makes more sense than keeping a fixed amount, given the drastic difference in our earnings. Am I the jerk? Update. Thank you for all the responses. I am not in the mental space to reply to all, but I truly appreciate everyone for their time and advice. My fiancé and I spoke one last time. I told him that I am extremely hurt by the accusations thrown my way by him and his gang, and that I do not want to stay with someone who thinks so low of me. Finances aside, this entire ordeal and the way I was treated by the person I loved and his closest family and friends has all been hurtful and made me feel extremely isolated and alone. Even if we get past the finances situation, I do not see how I can ever move past the way they all treated me the past few days. I think at this point it would be better for both of us to find people we are compatible with in all aspects. My fiancé has apologized, told me he understands where I am coming from, and has agreed to visit a counselor to navigate through this situation. I am currently taking some break from all of this and going back to my hometown to be with my family for some support. I told him I need time to think this through and decide what to do. Thank you once again for all the responses, they've been extremely helpful. Sincerely.